that the other fucking body parts are supposed to be eating. You feel what I'm saying? And your kidney will end up getting what they would say is like a lack of nutrition. You know what I mean? Because it's not getting the proper nutrients that it's supposed to be getting off of the shit that we feed ourselves. You know what I mean? And it's so mean because that's why like when you were saying like with the younger age and a person doing it at a younger age, it's hard to recognize how this person's treating his body at a young age. You know what I mean? Because the youngness is still youngness. You know what I mean? But once you begin to get a little bit older, like the secret that you're treating yourself with is starting to be let out to the world a little bit more. You know what I mean? And it can easily be seen on how is this nigga taking care of himself? You know what I mean?
Prime example, we was talking about. Pardon me, I want you to finish your John. So, because I was piggybacking, I was just rolling with that energy. I like that. You getting back now. You got cold. Yo, Chuss.
All right, then.
This is Cookie's Corner. I am the real Kookie Monsta.
Mr. Breakfast, I have a resume. You all right?
And we at the Fox Den. And we're going to include you what we was talking about. When Dr. Sadie, let's say Dr. Sadie had the knowledge of what he had before he left this world. At 40, did people really take him serious then? Because I didn't hear about him until he was 80.
Right, yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like you were saying earlier, he wasn't really recognized till left out.
And this is the crazy part is like even while we're talking about this shit, cause this was in our lifetime.
In our lifetime, I think.
Right.
That's number one. That's
number one.
That's in our lifetime.
This is not a Biden talk. This is in our lifetime.
It really, and it's not fantasy land. It really happened. It really went down. You know what I mean? And guess what? You actually gained and witnessed the history repeated itself when Easter was alive.
Better believe it, cuz.
When they was boom, 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 around killing people, messing up their money.
Better believe it, cuz.
Yeah. I think they only took him serious when he was 80 and he still looked amazingly young. And they ain't take no for an answer. They was like, there's no way in the world you ain't gonna tell me what the fuck you're doing. You look great at 80.
But the crazy thing about what we saying, cuz even with like you said, the people didn't start taking him serious, cuz I would say the naive people didn't take him serious. You know what I mean? To where them pumpkin spices,
they took him always.
They took him all, and they fought him because with the shit. Yeah,
they understand the language because they know what they doing.
And they tried to deter us from believing in his work. You know what I mean?
Because of the medicine money.
Right.
You're fucking up their medicine.
Cause they believed every bit of it. You know what I mean? They wanted him to prove himself to be a liar of what he was saying.
But when the witnesses came at the courtroom, they said, no, we got to get rid of his ass.
And it's damn near like what you just said, because we're witnessing the same parable story again, cuz, of Isa or Jesus, cuz, and going against what the society and the norm is doing out here, cuz, but he's walking around doing quote unquote miracles to people naturally. Naturally, cuz it
was also not natural. It's by law's leave.
Definitely.
You making a bird, you breathe into it, it is alive. That ain't normal.
Definitely,
you know what I mean? That's just miracles. You know what I mean? That we can't do.
I'ma still say even with those Jones, cuz that is breath. That cuz these are no matter what we use as far as out here with oxygen.
That part right there is doing by law's leave,
because oxygen is a molecule, because we use it, even can breathe it in the others, because if we can push it in the others, because there is some people out here know how to mess with that shit, because I'm telling you, because it's mean, because some people know how to.
Believe me, I seen it.
You seen CPR done, nigga?
I said.
Yeah, okay.
Like, you know what clay is? I'm talking about from the earth. He made like from dirt, formed a bird.
Definitely that.
Dirt.
Oh, you talking about forming the bird from the dirt.
Dirt.
That's
I was into it.
I was talking about beating that heart out.
I know you was.
Yeah, I mean.
I need you to listen to me, right?
I'm with you.
When I say clay, clay is the earth. He made bird out of the earth.
Definitely. But I ain't gonna say Jesus or Isa ain't do that neither though.
That's what I'm saying. He did do that. That's one of the miracles.
Who?
Isa did by Lord's leave.
Oh, he did create the bird from the dirt and all that? See, I ain't read that part. I ain't read that story.
That's something that's not
See, I know Jesus didn't do nothing like that.
Yes,
but like the word Jesus
is Isa. You know what I'm saying?
I know that part, but I'm talking about in the Christian version of it. Like I ain't never see that story as far as right. Cause I seen Jesus
like healed the raised dead.
Yeah. But I ain't never seen make nothing from the dirt.
Right.
Yeah, I mean
that's a revelation in the Quran.
I agree with you on that.
Only the Quran got that.
Right.
It's to prove this statement I always be saying to you. Like the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was given revelation what other prophets didn't have.
Right.
And that was one of them, you know what I mean? Like even the revelation of the Quran, like they know the book got that revelation about him making the clay.
This even like you said with the revelation with the crucifixion. You know what I mean? They give a different version with their revelation. You know what I mean?
The Quran got that version.
Right. Of the crucifixion going down that way on the version he gave. You know what I mean? That the prophet gave.
Yeah, talking about they switched the Bible.
Yeah.
That's the only book that has that.
Definitely. And that's for real, that's the only thing that really distinguished the religions and the beliefs for real. You know what I mean? But it's enough though too to make the religions be different. You know what I mean? Because now it's coming towards like on a different Messiah spin on how the structure is changing at the Messiah come. You know what I mean? That's all it is, cuz is the structure change after the Messiah come. You know what I mean? And it's so mean because of like with the revelation, because all the revelations before that revelation that came from the Prophet Muhammad, they're basically all the same. You know what I mean?
Well, you just give it a little bit more than nobody else.
Details, even when it comes to the creation story. You know what I mean? To where it's a difference, cuz, and these shits even
it goes deeper.
Yeah, cuz, and it's when you understand like the etymology of them stories and things like that, and still understand like they are the same beliefs. It's just a little bit more revelation coming on to the story from the last prophet. You understand what's going on and even understand the revelation that's being given from the last prophet, cuz. And it's crazy because it's still not to say like neither of the religions is wrong. You know what I mean? People are just having their perception of what God is saying to them and where to say is where the structure is supposed to go to get back right with God. That's all it is, cuz. And we be trying to make it so much discriminative about what the other person's is doing when all we're trying to do is get back right with God. And they're saying like a Messiah is going to lead the path or lead the way. You know what I mean? And it's mean because I don't like to get real discriminative about those issues to make our people battle each other about what God is or who the real message is coming from about God. You know what I mean? But
we're just speaking the truth. It's like the Quran has more in-depth revelation than any other books.
And it's going to make you behave a different way than the Christian belief.
Yeah, because you make you recognize that you really got somebody to answer to after this. You know what I mean? So you got to, because he owns us. He created us. He created everything. He owns everything. He is everything. So wherever he wants to decide to do with us, when we have counsel with him, wherever he wants to do.
See, but I'm gonna say Christians got that same belief, cuz.
Yeah, but there you go. They're saying it's about their word Jesus. They go by Isa. They go by Jesus.
They go by Jesus
over here.
Definitely.
In the United States.
Definitely.
Okay. Jesus did.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus is that. Jesus is the Son of God.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They on some other paths there.
Definitely. They play a lot of lingo games, cause a lot of word games with they shit, cause.
And in the Quran, it states many times in the ayahs, he is above having sons and daughters.
Mm-hmm.
He's above that.
So even when we saying that, cause we should also recognize just with my intellect that he's above fucking gender too. You know what I mean? Whether it being male or female. Once we saying he's above above having sons or daughters. You know what I mean? We're like, cause this energy creates everything. I'm talking about man, fucking stars, moons, fucking grass, dirt,
you name it.
everything. This energy is connected to each and every one of us with everything. So to sit there and be like, cause we're gonna genderize him or even make the image of.
He genderizes himself. He's on the Quran. He says he. He say he.
That's why I was like, I would say, like you say, we gonna say he genderized himself, cause our intellect makes us do this, cause we're like.
He genderizes.
This is where we are the same energy because we do the same thing to ourselves because of identifying ourselves and shit. You know what I mean? To where we are the same way. Because, and this is why I always tell people, because we could only go off of man intellect when we meet God. Because this is like going back to the Adam and Eve story. Because I could take myself for being Adam. Because if I'm Adam, because I'm not going to believe if a dog comes up to me, I'm talking to this dog, and this dog is about to give me directions that this is God's word. Because I'm not believing a damn dog if I'm a man.
Adam's not.
Adam is a man. This is what they tell us.
Eve is.
I ain't going to go to that story because that's a different story.
No, it's the same.
It is, cause I'm taking Eve out the equation, cause Eve ain't created yet. I got to. Eve ain't created yet, cause I got to take Eve out the story. It's Adam. Adam's here, cause.
Just Adam now.
Just Adam's here, cause Adam is the creation that got created.
When you talk about women, you get so.
Cause they said women didn't get created until the helper came, cause to be the helper they say for man. Mm-hmm. So it's just Adam here.
Right.
When Adam's talking to God, because with my intellect, before the snake come into play and all that.
Time out. See, this is what I'm saying. You can't.
Use my intellect. This is what you're going to tell me, that I can't use my intellect.
I can never say that. It's not based on mankind's intellect.
This is what they tell us.
Because when Adam was just Adam, Adam didn't come into play at all. It was a confrontation with the angels and all. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? The tree didn't come to play until Eve.
Definitely, cuz.
And just like you said now, Eve didn't witness all this, what Adam witnessed. So now Adam know better, but Eve didn't.
Adam didn't witness the creation of the world neither, cuz.
I didn't say the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the trees and all that.
I didn't say that. He witnessed the disputation between Allah and the angel, Allah and Shaitan. We told the angels to bow down to Adam. Mm-hmm. And everybody bowed except for Iblis, Satan.
There
it is.
I'm with you on that. That's a different revelation too. That came from the Quran. You know what I mean? That's a different revelation from the actual Torah.
You can't.
You know what I mean?
Adam alone and the tree. It's not together.
See, I that's a different story coming into play now because it's like,
oh my God, when I talk about women, oh God, you be getting you real defensive.
That's because I look at women as God. Because as far as with my I come from a woman. Because I
don't. Even a woman comes from a woman.
Right. So I always look at that story because with that Adam, and I definitely feel some type of way because Adam didn't come from no woman. You know what I mean?
Right. And only Eve came from a man.
Right. It is because I look at that story because where that story fucks me up. Because like you said, I don't use man intellect when reading that story. Because I cannot use man intellect when reading that story. Because impossible to use man intellect if I'm using my intellect. It's impossible to use intellect with that.
Impossible.
You know what I mean? And this is the part even when, like, really using that story as a history book or using it as history to me in my being.
But you know, the natural ways tells history. Prime example, like what we witnessing now, like newborn babies,
Mm-hmm.
and they just coming out and they don't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You hear me?
That's what we think.
Hey, I know. Hey, to my knowledge, yeah, because in the womb is different.
I was about to say that's what we think.
Consciously, you know, Nathan.
Right. Right. Because they are doing all types of shit up in that belly.
You better believe that tomorrow they moving.
Yeah.
Shit. They don't like certain things. They already know what they want or not.
And it's so mean because of how we be we always say that we come into this world with nothing when that's a lie. Cause
subconsciously, we had no idea what's going on.
And or what we picked up already.
Consciously.
Right. Cause
we got to learn out here.
And it's mean because you subconsciously we don't even know what the fuck we just got from our mothers, what we just got from our fathers, our grandparents, our great grandparents. Subconsciously we don't know none of that shit but they're saying we came into this world without it. Mm-hmm. But we did because, like you said, we already got a conscious being born and we don't even dig it.
Now, Adam was just born as a man. He was created as a man, period. Wasn't born. He wasn't even born. He was created as a man, a grown as man. Because I can only imagine through the naturalness of rebirth. Of we don't know what's going on consciously. I can only imagine what he think when he opened his eyes.
And especially be like, cause this is what
am I looking at?
Yes. And then that's the whole intellect, cause of like I always say, or articulate what God is, cause and even at this point, like you said, when Adam woke up to this, when is Adam waking up to realize, cause this is what God has created, and like you said, unless there is a God that sits there and comes to you and to be like, I gave you this, and that guy has to come to you in a revelation to let you know, I am him. Now, when we're saying Adam is getting this revelation, because it's not even saying that
it's so different.
God has to really reveal himself to Adam as being another man walking in form as a man. But for Adam to recognize that, this is God. God did this. God has to reveal himself to Adam in some form, cuz, you know what I mean? And it's so mean because it's like how I always be saying, like, I got introduced to God. But guess what? God didn't reveal himself to me because coming down here walking like this to y'all mother, like, and God didn't come to me in cookbook more. You feel what I'm saying?
Guys, this is a law first creation of mankind. So ain't no telling. Because he definitely seen a law communicate with a law, period. You know what I'm saying? And in hadith is that hadith is that when Allah told Adam to say to the angels, Assalamu alaikum. And it said that, and the angels responded, Alaikum assalam. So Allah was like, that means peace unto you. You know what I mean?
So he was taking him to school at that time.
At that time.
Yeah, he was taking him to school at that time.
But we Allah didn't start pronouncing to the world until later on. But
now this is where I get crazy with it, cause now is Allah announcing it to the world, or is Adam announcing it to the world? Cause Adam's the prophet. They tell us.
No, that's Allah announcing to the world because they used Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and they didn't wait until the last prophet to do that.
Now I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna flip this shit, cuz, how deep this shit be. I ain't flipping it, but I'm gonna tell you how deep it get, cuz. Cause guess what the books tell us, cuz? How every prophet got the message, cuz. Through Angel Jabril.
Exactly.
Angel Jabril It's me, cuz like you said, with this creation that Adam gets created, cuz, who was Adam talking to, cuz?
Yeah.
Allah, not Angel Jabril, cuz. And this is...
See, you're missing the point again.
I ain't missing the point, cuz.
You have to be, because this is the law of first creation of mankind.
So, like you said,
it's going to be a different communication.
The way it didn't come through Angel Jabril.
No, I can't do a law, period.
Right. But they say all the prophets have got the message from who?
Yeah, but come on, man.
You
can't compare it to.
Hey, why can't?
Why? Because it wasn't no religion then yet. It was just...
There were angels.
A law and angels, and then it was Adam, right? And animals and all that.
And Shaitan.
And Shaitan, the angel was an angel first.
Mm-hmm.
But then he just went bad. He said, man, I'm going to mislead men in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
In front of your presence at that.
Yeah, and he asked permission.
In front of your presence at that.
He said, go ahead.
And we talk about these covenants, cuz. We
can't see, well, man, the intellect trying to do it again.
I ain't listening, cuz.
He didn't. You know what I mean? Straight from the law. You know what I'm saying? But it started I believe where the books are saying, it started from Noah. Angel Bill with Noah. When he came to visit Noah and talking about he's going to have a kid. Abraham, what we know as.
Right.
But in Islamic form is Ibrahim. And
with an I, right?
And it came to him. You know what I mean? And Prophet Ibrahim offered him food and they wouldn't take it. They don't eat. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know who they were. You know what I mean? Because they came in the form as a man, but it wasn't man, it was angels.
Right.
And it was like, you about to have a kid, and Sarah was like, I'm all old, get out of here. And they both laughed at it, they had a kid.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
She wasn't able to bear a child and all that shit.
She was too old.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna bury a kid, I'm just old age. Get out of here. It's like, Lord does what he wants.
Never that age thing again. Yeah, I mean, that old shit again.
Like, hey, I'm too old to have a kid. We done here.
Yeah.
Guess what? He had a kid.
Right.
Then here come the woman now. Sarah said, you know what? She said, I got a kid now. She got to go. Rebecca.
Talking about the other wife.
Nah, it was maid servant.
Oh, yeah. That's the one they say was
the mother of Ishmael.
One of them was black and the other one was from...
I don't know the color.
I mean, not black, Ethiopian, because they were, like you said, he wasn't even using black and white terms at that time. You know what I mean?
Slave.
Yeah. Ethiopian was the slave, and I forget the exact terms. I had to look it up on that. I don't want to get the spit. And
then Sarah was like, she accepted it at first, but she couldn't bear children. So she let it go into Ishmael's mother to create Ishmael. But as soon as Sarah got a kid,
just time to go.
You got to go. In the desert, I don't care where you got to go. I don't care if you die.
You like?
Go to this desert. You out of here.
And you want to know what's so mean about that? Because of the energy I picked up off of that one. Because just for that story. Because of how mean women is when they come to this power shit. Because like you said, because that baby is like the lineage of, like, that's the prince. Because you know what I mean, the baby's the prince. And when it comes to this power shit, because a woman is naturally going to be on their shit, that we're like, because if that's a threat over there, that threat got to get the fuck out of here.
That's a slave. She got to go.
And she knew even with the quote unquote slave, like the slave had, didn't the slave have a first child, if I ain't mistaken? The slave had a child, because
it's Ishmael.
And with the lineage, because she knew that slave's child was supposed to be the next one to be king for real. Because
I don't know that part.
I don't either. But this is where I'm just freestyling of how like a woman's energy is to where, because if that's a threat, and I know you're in the line of maybe to get the crown on the kingdom, because you got to go. I will kill your firstborn for that type of shit. Cause
that's how women are. Period.
Yeah.
Say that's what you say. Like they don't play that shit, especially if they fighting. If they know they're number one already, they're not playing that shit. But here go the thing though. Allah says, it said in Ibrahim's dream. Go ahead, honor your wife, John. I got him. Don't worry about it. Because then I kicked him out in the desert. And it was like, because it was just, Abraham wasn't going for that at first.
Definitely,
and he was going against his wife on this one.
Definitely,
and like, it was no easy tag that was, all right, yes, ma'am. No, he wasn't having it. But Allah said in his dream.
And they said he really fucked it with the slave wives for real. Just off of the intellect of stories, they be like, he really, that was more of his wife than the other John for real. You know what I mean? Where he really fell in love with the slave and her child.
She knew that.
Right.
That was a problem.
And it was a big problem with that shit.
Hell no, he got to go.
Get the slave out the cashew, out all that. Cause they were
get in the desert.
The man, the baby. Fuck the kid.
Fuck the kid. Fuck her.
All that, good. All that,
and then I think it was Rebecca. I probably said the name wrong earlier. But she supplicated to Allah.
I think it was Sarah actually that got kicked out.
No.
It was the other way around.
Definitely wasn't Sarah.
All right, I'm with you.
And Allah said, break this joint, break the rock, and then gush out water. She drunk, and he, you know what I'm saying? But Allah made rocks that gush water. We never seen it. He made some. He also made some rocks that sink for the Pharaoh. He made other rocks, you know what I'm saying? But I want to see a rock you just gush full of water. That's cow.
And it's so mean because of that story. Because like you said, it was mean how Allah gave
Abraham permission to do so,
and to comfort him a little bit to let that the other wife go ahead and go. But the comfort there was like the promise of what's going to happen to the son. You know what I mean? And the son sees and all that. This is where that. I want to say that's where Israel comes from. You know what I mean? That whole...
And that Ishmael, that comes from Sarah's kid, Jacob.
Oh, see, this is where... See, that's why I kept saying I thought Sarah was the one he loved a little bit more. Sarah was the slave that got kicked out. Because Sarah had Ishmael. You know what I mean? Sarah had Jacob. That turned into Israel. Into Ishmael. Israel. I keep saying Ishmael.
Ishmael is the slave.
Right. See, and I know like the Israelites was the promised seed. You know what I mean? Like they were the ones that were going to be. That was what was really like the comfort of Abraham doing what he did. You know what I mean? To where like it was just with my intellect of
which the blessings was stolen.
This is where it's deep with that
because let's get to it. We'll get to it.
Because I was definitely getting there with it. Because it's me. Go ahead though.
Because Sarah was like, yo, he's blind. He can't see. Put some fur on him because his brother was it Esau and a hairy body. And disguised himself with Esau, then he gave Jacob Esau was blessed. Then he went. Then Esau went. And then he was like, I can't give you the same blessing I just gave. It's already given. That caused a distinction between two brothers because of that. Because the mother did some foul shit.
And you wanna know how else is mean about that shit, cuz, or what they be teaching us with that story, cuz, Because just look at how powerful it is of speaking what they would say is a blessing onto somebody. Because just speaking it to her, cuz, all right, I'll bless you, cuz. And it's damn near like putting a spell on somebody, cuz. Because I bless you, cuz. I'm not blessing you, cuz. And a person can take it as a spell, cuz. And it's done. If you believe it, you know what I mean?
That's how I mean enjoying.
Yo, it's deep, but they tell us that practicing it and doing these things in our culture
is voodoo,
right? Cuz, but yeah, it's in your book. And you're doing it. And you're telling us that we don't do it. Till this day, you tell us don't do it, cuz. And you be like, what? Hold on, did something change? You know what I mean? Because I just seen you practice it. But yet you're doing it in the... They try to teach us and call them blessings, cuz. You know what I mean? But yet all I'm doing is speaking something to you, and what I'm telling you, cuz I'm giving you my blessing. I'm on my deathbed. I'm giving you my blessing to carry this out, carry the lineage or whatever. I see great things in your future.
My intellect on that is passing down the heritage is what was left of Abraham's possessions down to his offspring.
You don't think it is spiritual neither, though, but we're fuck the possessions, cuz. Fuck the possessions, cuz I'm giving you my blessing.
Yeah, but the type of blessing.
We ain't talking about riches.
We gotta look up some shit, right? We gotta look it up because the blessings he gave him, I believe, it's more like heritage from Abraham's possessions, and he passed down to his offspring.
And it's damn near, like you said, just to not give. I was always articulated as is not to give you the fucking curse, cuz. Yeah, I mean, because the other side gets the curse. Your side gets the blessing, cuz.
It sure is the curse.
Man, they get what?
I know, it's not
it's
identical.
Because it's not identical, because it's so mean, because the people that's even chosen, they the ones that really get the curse. You know what I mean?
It's definitely different.
The people that don't get the blessing, they don't go through slavery and all that shit they tell us. But the people that get the blessing, they're the ones that got to go through the 400 or 600 years of slavery. And man, we're going to get y'all the promised land. You know what I mean? But y'all going to have to go through this. You know what I mean?
I'm only guessing why it's like that, because it's stealing of the blessing.
It's me.
This is the women. But she had enough knowledge to know that, we go there first, cuz you're going to get more blessings because you're the youngest, and the oldest always get more blessings than the youngest, and she wasn't having that, cuz, not my boy.
And we're still talking about a spell being spoken on someone, cuz.
A spell's a hard word.
Because all you're doing is going there first, like you said, to beat the other brother there, to talk to your father.
And not playing.
That's all you're doing, because fuck that, I ain't going with all the rest of the story. All you're doing is tricking your father to go there first instead of the brother, cuz.
Not playing.
Like you said, spell's a hard word to use, but I use it. You know what I mean? Because it's a hard word to use.
Oh,
Lord. You know what I mean?
Did you think about it? Was it rehearsed? What is you doing? Do you enjoy it? Joy. Does it bring you joy? What is you doing? Now I know you did not do this, and I know I'm not tripping. I've got to be careful of whom I tell this. Was it rehearsed? Did you think about it? What did you doing? Did you think about it? Was it rehearsed? What did you doing? I know I cannot do this, but I don't have time for thought. But first, what I got to do Was it bringing joy? What did you do? Did you think about it? Was it rehearsed? What did you doing? Things that makes me wanna say. Makes me say. Did you think about it? Need a little intermission on that one, man. That was really what we just talked about.
Man, cuz he said it's a strong energy sometimes with this shit, cuz.
And this is now I'm gonna flip mode a little bit. We're still gonna talk about the creation of a law and how he made things like yo. Now we're talking about sex god tales. How he created woman. And if you tamper with that G-spot too well, the crazy automatically come out. A woman cannot control her emotions. And it's amazing.
Definitely is, cuz.
Amazing. Because a woman really got to get far away from you. I'm talking about a lane away. Just to get over you.
Once it's to that point of separating, definitely, cuz. To where if they're not separating from that energy, cuz they ain't getting over that. They
don't even trust this around you, cuz. I'm talking about the power of touch. We're gonna talk about it today, goddammit.
Definitely.
You. I'm talking about lesson. Lesson here. The power of touch. The pussy on the platter. Pussy on the platter. The lace opening just like the flower needs the sunlight in the morning. I'm telling you, cuz. Yo, I'll make it sound like a whore. But it's wherever they touch on. You go through the motion, cuz by the time we done what we're doing, they don't even know what happened.
I'll tell you why, because it's so mean, because like you said, the power of touch, because it makes everything on the body think differently, because to where like the mind can be thinking one thing, because the pussy can be thinking one thing, the dick can be thinking one thing, the fingers can be thinking one thing. You know what I mean?
What I'm saying. You transfer your energy to her.
Right.
Literally.
Right.
Sorry, I don't give a fuck if you didn't try to do it.
Right, good.
Because we have our own electricity. Then you changing the temperature of a woman. It's urban stimulation. You know what I'm saying? It is super mean. And on top of that, right, our saliva to women arouses them.
Cause every
my God.
Every touch, cuz messes, like you said, sends a frequency through that joint. You could be touching this bitch's ass, cuz, and her ass will start to think.
Yes.
I mean, the ass will want to get felt on some more.
It's different when a man, now here go the science that we're all made. For a law is science. A woman can do that same touch. It won't be the same effect as a man, though.
Right
I'm talking about when we appreciate the curve, you see the touch, and then they're just going like this.
So you give it that good cuff. Yeah.
Not just the cuff, but first you start off like you going like this, boom. Then you just hold it. Just a little bit. Eat the orange. Just grip. it's over. Then later on you get tired. Now she's moaning out of ecstasy. Listen, man.
It's a crazy design.
I'm talking about not even. Then you add saliva to the equation. It's on pussy on. Says God tails. I'm telling you, it's amazing. It's amazing as fuck, for real. And a woman is like, by the time you're done with everything, they always like, fuck just happened. Cuz, I'm telling you, cuz, what just happened? I couldn't believe,
That's where motherfuckers' minds start playing on them, cuz sometimes, cuz a motherfucker, like you said, cuz a motherfucker get that touch and feel that touch, cuz a motherfucker would be like, cuz what is this, love? You know what I mean? We're like, I've never felt this before, cuz what type of touch is this? We're like, cuz what the fuck? And you be like, what just happened to
what the fuck just happened?
But if a person don't like, cuz it's me.
If you never experienced it before, you gonna let it. She gonna let it happen
all day.
All day. Well, he just tells me. You know, damn, I know you gonna do all that. Second time, when she catch on, it will not be a part two unless she allows it.
Cause the mind can be fighting her to be like, no, no, no.
Hell, no.
The body can be like, yes, yes, yes. They were letting him keep feeling. Yes, yes, yes.
You're not getting me.
You know what I mean? But the mind will be like, baby, no, 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 no. But the body be like, yes, yes, yes. It feels good. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, I mean,
you know what I'm talking about? Yo.
Even when it comes into that second part, where that second altercation that we talked about, where like you said, the mind will be telling them the whole time, like, bitch, you know better.
Now you know
better. You know what that touch is about to do to you.
You're doing it again. Yeah. You gonna just get out here.
But the body will be like, man, you'll get over it. You can do it. You can do it. You tough. You tough. You know what I mean? But the mind is telling them the whole time, your body ain't that tough. Your body's going to give in. Your body is going to want that fit.
So with that being said, right, how in the world is it a man's fault for wandering off if the woman chooses not to give him pussy?
I'll say this about that, cuz it's an intellect cuz of a motherfucker thinking they have to be a motherfucker's all, cuz. You know what I mean? And thinking they can be a person's all when they don't even know what a person has as far as their appetite, as far as like to just I ain't gonna say to make them like be content or just being with you, with being their all, but to just make to meet a motherfucker's needs of what they want and being everything in them. Some women don't realize, like, cause if I'm not giving this man everything this man desires and wants and things like that, cause I'm not his all being, he might have to go look for it somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, you understand, cause when you tell a king no, after that it's not his fault if he go somewhere else.
And especially with like you're saying,
you talking about you want to be somebody, you want to be his number one girl.
Mm-hmm.
Can't say no.
Got to be his all, cuz.
You have to be his all. Now we supposed to be mindful. Yeah, you know I did. If it's sore, you pumped it up already. You still want more? Nah, you can't overdo it.
Definitely.
You have to be mindful. She has a body. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But guys.
And it's even a time where, like you said, the king gotta respect the queen's wishes up on that. The word it's a balance with it. The word, like you said, the king ain't just what I would say like just dictator. You know what I mean? The word the king just ain't gonna just dictate everything that goes.
He can't say no neither when she want it.
Right. The word it's a balance. It's a balance because of this shit. The word but it's understanding at the same time that cause if I'm not trying to be this man's all or even trying to attempt to be it, I still got to let this man be a man because you know what I mean?
It's mind-boggling now. It'd be like it's always the dude's fault when he cheating and you playing with the boss. Mm-hmm. And on top of that, man, you can have a man. You can meet a woman's criteria because the bitch will put you in the friend zone first.
Definitely.
And he had all your qualities as being your husband, but you want to put him in the friend zone. I said, this is crazy, cuz I don't got time for idiots, cuz.
See, and they be, the women give us so bad of a like a fucking rep, cuz as far as being men, cuz they just think they make us all out to be like to where like the pussy can just fucking I'm talking about make us do the fucking most craziest shit out here, cuz and make they can control us and make us break outside of our loyalty. You know what I mean? They think that their pussy power cuz is so playing so much on a man's intellect where like a nigga won't even have loyalty to his own wife if his wife is giving him everything he needs.
I can't
you know what I mean?
say that because even though women are the same, they have different experiences to make them different and act out differently.
Definitely.
There is some women that has a clue.
Definitely. And they have a clue, like you saying, on how to trying to be a man's all.
Right.
They're gonna be up under this nigga's ass and try to do everything they can for this nigga. Some men that works for, some men that don't. But it's like we're trying to they got it in us cause of a man to where they think all men cause will do anything that even with like when they have a wife, cause they think all men just needs more pussy. You know what I mean? To where cause some men is cool with just having that one piece of the word, cause a man's intellect or mind is not always running around here thinking about pussy, cause if cause if a man has a kingdom and has, like you said, pussy at the crib, it can get pussy at any given time. Cause I'm not out here just thinking about fucking other bitches all the goddamn time, cuz. But with a women's thinking on how they judge men and think men are, they think men is conquestors just out here to just let's conquest and get all the pussy we can get.
It depends on the teachings
of what this man is and how this woman feeling. I'm with you on that.
Women have different teachings.
Definitely, cuz.
But now today's norm around here, the pussy is it.
Rules the world.
Rules the world.
Rules the world. Okay,
that's around here too. That we witness, but that's not on teachings.
Right, cuz.
You know what I'm saying? But it's mean.
And enough to where, like you said, there ain't enough of motherfuckers getting taught that, cause you're not gonna be having me all emotional about this pussy ass shit you trying to make me move off of, and it's so deep, cause they're trying. I can tell you how deep it is, cause we even fight about this shit, we kill about this shit. You know what I mean? About women pussy and they little. How they maneuver with our men and shit like that, cause it make men do this or do that. This is even why a lot of niggas end up in jail for trying to please a woman. You know what I mean? And even when we get to beefing with other niggas and all that shit for trying to please a fucking woman, cuz. You know what I mean? And it'll be,
listen.
If a nigga had, even what like I was saying, cause if a nigga had pussy at home on that where he know this woman is gonna do this for him, be his all, be that. A man is not going to be out here just outright chasing multiple different women, because that's not in a man's fucking nature. Where if a man is getting taken care of by his queen, and his queen is treating that man like a king, that man, I promise you, is going to be happy because being a king with his wife. Cause
it's totally true.
You know what I mean?
When I witnessed yesterday at my job, I wore this orange Timbs. Everybody was on me, right? No lie. Great push it, right? Cause it was this, no male Puerto Ricans, cause they automatically, you know what I mean? Just impress the babes, though.
Right.
Like, there's a Puerto Rican boy, he was out there, he's going boom. Like, I don't know what's going on. But she was impressed.
Right.
He won. You know what I mean? He wanted more. I had no idea what's going on. I'm chilling. I'm working.
Right.
I'm in the zone. They worry about me taking their women. I'm not even thinking about them. I met this one. It was I don't know if she's Spanish or the new slang black, but she the man. She sat by me and everything, introduced herself to me and everything.
Right.
This is crazy. For real, I'm minding my business. I ain't into that. I'm not, listen, I'm a sex guy. I'm not going around All willing to dilly and dally because I'm cool.
Better believe it, cuz.
But trust and believe. If I was in a bigger city, though, and a woman got money, and she chased it, she gonna spend.
Better believe it, cuz.
She gonna spend. On her own, though. I ain't gonna ask. You know what I'm saying? These tricks are serious, though. Courtesy to Google. How did I learn the power of touch? Google. Google that shit. Cause I swear to God, as a woman that teaches you the power of touch. Why wouldn't I listen to a woman? They got some doctors about the G-spot. She said, once you hit this G-spot, she gonna love you for that. He said it again, she's gonna love you for that. You can express it though, cause he ain't expressing the part of love. The stalking, craziness, the killing. You know what? Woman is not sharing you too good.
Because love looks different, a lot of different ways. Because how people see love, cuz, can be seen a lot of different ways, cuz. You know what I mean? That love button, woo.
My mama told me.
You press that love button, cuz that thing hard to turn off.
My mama told me when we had a moment. She was like, you can't be too little, too much. You gotta be just right. And I told her, I don't know what just right is. I don't want to be too little neither, because you know I got the male ego with this. Definitely. So I'm going to have to be too much at all times. Then.
Definitely.
So she was like, man, we happy, we ain't people.
Cause it's so, man, cause it's
she
like.
wasn't the fuck line.
It's like that shit, the way it's a time to beat it up, cuz it's a time to be gentle with it, cuz like you said, it's just part of figuring it out, cuz like you said, we don't know if we be going too hard or we going too soft sometimes, but like you said, I'm just going hard. Like, cuz I ain't even trying to figure it out.
I ain't even trying to figure it out.
I'm just
you can forget about it. Oh, the just right, man. Because everybody's different.
Right.
The fuck is just right.
And then and you have to deal with motherfuckers based on their past experiences and shit.
You're talking just right now.
Right.
Now, but the G-spot is right there. No further. Oh, let me go further. No further than this. See this right here? The second finger. It's all right. You gotta do it in curl. You on the G-spot. Inside the pussy. Because it's right under the clit. Bam. You swole that up first, and then you let it explode. Like you pop it like it's a fucking balloon. The ultimate orgasm in the world. And they got the ability. Hold on. They have it back to back like this. I'm talking about explode. Oh my God. I'm talking about the greatest explosion back to back. No.
That shit, they be like, stop, but keep going.
They don't stutter like, they can't even say stop.
Yeah.
They stuttering.
He's looking with the stupid face and shit.
I just crossing. Body locked up. Shit, they can't control it. They got no control of their body no more. They fucked up.
Yes, man, cuz.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
And see, that's when I get high. The temper with the G-spot, I hit it every stroke, temper with it. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna fill it up.
Oh, bro.
Fill it up. Hold on, fill up some more. Fill up some more. It's me. They going crazy over this shit. Yo, I ain't.
Man, should be stupid.
That be right. Yo,
I'm gonna tell you the crazy part about the whole saga, though, about the whole thing, though, with the sex saga, cause that we do get taught, cause that's a little bit crazy, cause with it, that we don't get taught like it's a natural thing, cause and we become damn near animals with this shit, where we be trying to be jackrabbits and shit.
Yeah, cause we're not taught how to fuck.
Right.
We just taught stick your dick in the pussy. We ain't taught. It's all about angles.
And about that connection for real, cause of like making that person be getting comfortable with you enough to get to that explosion part and all that. Because a woman got to let her body get comfortable with your touch. You know what I mean?
That's
and all that
shit.
shit.
See, now, now you said that, you're absolutely right. And this is where the massage comes in. You massage her first. Boom, boom. Get her real comfortable. The main part is she has to relax. If she doesn't relax, it will not happen. She has to be totally comfortable, and that's where the massage come in, get her all loose and shit. Then you start hitting her with the power of touch, and then so. But if she tight and all that, that ain't gonna work.
Nah, that ain't gonna work. Like, so you better keep touching a little bit. Keep touching.
You got to make her feel comfortable.
To get that relaxed feeling. You got to keep, like you said, keep making your hands work, something to relax that body down a little bit, because you got to do something. Even use your voice, because sometimes you can use that low voice to make them relax. You know what I mean? There's a few different ways to do it.
Totally comfortable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a difference when you just she's ready already, and you just pump it in. And you pump it. You know what I'm saying? Then it's a big difference from doing the touch first, then pumping it. It catches the mind.
Definitely, guys. Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's different. Damn, he touched me like that. Yeah, we going crazy. What the fuck?
And it's a deeper, like, what I would say is like a deeper intimacy with it. You know what I mean?
It's intimacy, period.
Definitely.
And then intimacy, you just stick it straight in.
That's the jackrabbit part of it, because sometimes we're like, a lot of us be having sex because we don't be having real intimacy with the sex, because we just be pumping. And it's a different level of that shit, because with the sexual experience, to where everybody don't get to experience the same level. This is why even with some women, because they don't even fucking bust, they don't nut when fucking out here with these niggas, because they don't really get to reach that intimacy level of even being relaxed with that nigga for real. You know what I mean? Because they're just pumping. They're just, and this is how we get taught with this shit, to where this is why even with the hookup in the bar and all that shit, let me throw one back. Let you throw one back, now it's on. You know what I mean? Because we're not meeting no intimacy level with this shit, because we're about to just get the pumping. I'm about to beat this pussy up. I get mine. I hope you get yours before I get mine. Because this is what my motherfucking whole energy's for with this shit, guys. It's not to be finding intimacy with this bro. And it's a different level with that shit, because
connection.
Yeah. It's a different level with that connection, because
I'm telling you, it was, I'm sorry to say, you know, I had a couple, you know, man.
Definitely, cuz.
See, me and my Pennsylvania law, we both agreed to have our own entanglements and all that, you know what I'm saying, have our own lives.
Right.
And had different experiences and all that. Now, would I like to have reconciliation with my wife and all that, boom, boom? No. Not the way she doing now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not part of that.
Right.
No.
Right.
I mean, she's very gorgeous. But, you know, the ways? No.
Definitely, cuz.
No. You know what I'm saying? No. No. She know how to be a friend, a cousin, a mother, a niece, whatever, a grandmother.
So many tires. She know how to be many tires.
She don't know how to be a wife.
You said just not for your definition of one. I'll say that. The word, like you said, you can't be my wife. You can be somebody else's wife right now, but you can't be my wife living up like.
I mean, when a woman put up a post, cheating sex is the best sex, I think we're definitely done here. Yeah, it ain't gonna work. All that, you can't be married and then practice polygamy on your own.
Definitely.
When you're married, it's a union.
Definitely, guys.
I mean, at one part, you have to be a mutual agreement. At least let the other person know.
You say, who is you married to? Yourself?
Yeah, you definitely married to yourself. Like, we're done here.
Yeah,
married to yourself.
Because he said this union, because it's only going to build in one way, because so that has to be a one-way junk. You know what I mean? That's a one-way marriage you married with, baby. You can't be my wife, but you can hold that title on that shit. But it's like, Like you said, you just got a title, cuz. You know what I mean? That's all that is.
I mean, I got mad respect for it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's my baby and all, but guys.
So you just can't reconcile on them terms. You got to reconcile on some different terms.
And not just that, man. I'm just like, I was ready to sleep with my own hater.
Mm-hmm.
You want to let me sleep? I can't get it played when I come home from work. You know, and I'm like, cuz, everything I did, you hated on me.
So what type of king is you treating me like, cuz?
You wasn't no king. What kind of president when you thought I was? That was crazy. Like,
see, that's the main joint.
Yeah, and she didn't, and she really didn't. I didn't want to keep talking about my marriage, none of that.
Mm-hmm.
But the world is getting on my nerves. Talking about my wife, this, my wife, that, and they know what she's doing.
Mm-hmm.
They just caught up in the hype because she's in a nice position.
Right.
But what she chasing, I'm already left that.
Definitely, cuz.
As a kid, I did all that. Oh, she traveled and all that. I did that as a kid.
Right, cuz.
That's not impressing me, man.
It's mean because, like you said, there'd be a lot of these adults that get all caught up with this shit right now. I just want to travel. I just want to see the world. And
I did that when I was a kid.
Right. Because what?
I'm in Harrisburg. Prime example, world. I'm in Harrisburg. I live in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Mm-hmm. When I was coming up in my father's house and my mother's house, you know, whatever, when they're together or apart, I went down to Huntsville, Alabama, 17-hour drive, to go visit my grandmother, spend time with her. 2 weeks down there, then come back home every summer.
Every summer. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you go to Virginia to visit my uncle.
Right.
Go to Altoona, Pennsylvania for that church stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, traveling was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What was she chasing them? I did that when I was a kid.
And the mean shit that you even saying, because it was like how we did get away and outside our cities and shit like that when we did do our traveling and shit like that. Like you saying, we was doing a lot of that shit because to go visit our other peoples and shit and see how our other peoples and our families was doing that moved away. These motherfuckers do that shit cause for vacation and cause I'm talking about just to go party and bullshit cause where you're not even really going to. We might got family over in California cause of shit like that cause we could get out to, like you said, every summer and get a trip to California cause and that's your getaway. But these motherfuckers be wanting to get to that island and man, I need to go over here and just to do shit cause you're not even doing nothing cause you're not building shit. You're not doing nothing but being a fucking consumer at the end of the day cause where you're about to go blow your bread on a so-called vacation when you could take a vacation cause to go see your great grandmother or something cause that you probably ain't seen in fucking forever cause. You know what I mean? And we're not even raising our children to do that shit, cuz, to go learn about our other peoples that's in other states and shit like that. We're not doing none of that shit, but we be so fucking quick that, let me stack this bread, cuz, to get up out of here to go to Baltimore Aquarium or go to fucking any motherfucking where else, cuz. But you'll be like, what, cuz? Did your fucking child even meet your grandmother yet? Did your child even meet their fucking cousin that might be in fucking Ohio or Detroit or some shit like that yet? But we be so quick to go take a vacation some fucking where else cause that ain't got none of your fucking peoples there, cuz. I'm talking about ain't got a motherfucker in your gang ain't even there, cuz. But you be so quick to go over there and spend your fucking bread or to go over there and have a good time on your vacation with some motherfuckers you ain't never seen before in your motherfucking life, cuz. And be like, oh, I'm kicked up on the beach. I'm living my best life. You stupid motherfuckers, cuz. Have fun on your vacations, cuz.
I just went to I went to Puerto Rico, Dominican Republic.
Oh, man.
I say, looks like you do got family over there, huh?
You don't know nobody on that island, cuz. Don't know how to talk that language. Don't know how to do nothing.
You trying your best not to lose your passport and miss that boat trip.
Just to put yourself in some fucking fantasy world, cuz.
I mean, I'm about to go on a cruise.
I'm happy.
Oh, my
Cause I made it here to go on vacation to get a break for not even a break, cause to get a fucking fantasy, cause I'm in a fucking world for about, like you said, a good. Cause that shit might last you 4 days at the long. You might get a 3-day, 4 night joint. You know what I mean? 3 days, 4 nights. to play fairytale land.
In Vegas.
In the Vegas, like you said, Barbados, Puerto Rico, Dominican Island, cuz. And you ain't got a fucking soul over this bitch that you know, cuz. You be hoping you could take somebody on the trip with you that you do know. You be hoping you could take somebody on this fucking trip with you, cuz, that you do know.
It ain't the same. It ain't the same. Now, you go on to, I don't care, listen, when a woman, I don't give a fuck, you talking about insecurity, I have common sense that was all better. But when a woman go on a fucking cruise with her girlfriends, with a girlfriend's gonna tell on anybody, they all have the time of the day and the night, cuz.
Super, that's because you better not go against the gang on that trip. Do it, because what happens on this boat or wherever on this trip, cuz. You better not go against the gang on this one, cuz the gang will fucking outcast your ass because you tell any of these fucking secrets about this trip.
And guess how serious the secret's gonna be, though?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, babe. I'm about to go on a cruise, the same cruise you went with my homies. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Oh, my goodness. No, you're not, cuz.
No, you're not.
Like I said, it is not going. The women is not cool with letting the men take a trip like that, cuz.
Why is that? Because they know what fun is.
They know what they did on that trip.
Let's talk about it.
They know what they did as far as, like you said, having fun on the vacation.
See, most males, I'll say most, right now, I'm saying most, it's not really have any intellect on the woman's language. Mm-hmm. And then when a woman meet a man that knows a little bit of a woman's language more than most men, they don't know how to take it. That's why you can't pull a wool over my eyes. Now my wife, she didn't ever got caught. Mm-hmm. Right? She covered her tracks very well. Mm-hmm. But it didn't. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
Now, there's always somebody looking out the windows.
Nah, it ain't just that though, but always look at the actions. Mm-hmm. More than the words.
I feel you on that one. The word, like you said, you tell on yourself before anybody else tells.
Cause what I did her and her friend, Shizzy Tess. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna say her name. Her government. Shizzy Tess. No. Now I'm on 3rd and Woodbine where my wife was running a room in the house. Mm-hmm. What's the third? Logan and Woodbine, correction. Mm-hmm. And this is after she asked me, do you want me to stay home when you go to work or be out and about? I said, stay home, but now you're out and about. Mm-hmm. And then then my wife, I come home, right? Now my wife will give you the boom booms, right? Mm-hmm. Ain't that right? Ain't that right, cuz? He's like, you got to hear it, like,
so I want to get a cosign, but I'm getting a cosign.
That look like that. Damn, you treat this man wrong, said. Because she got a good heart. Mm-hmm. And woman is different when you actually see a man that's trying to treat a woman good, and you fucking up. They're like, damn, he's different. You should be like him.
Right, good.
That's what I looked at.
Right.
That's how it told herself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You playing this little kid game like I'm not watching you. Mm-hmm. I may be at work, but your limbs are testifying against you the whole time.
Better believe it.
Cover your tracks very well. Mm-hmm. But your body parts can't lie for you. Mm-hmm. Your mouth and your tongue can.
And with even how you treat me, because like you said, if a mother, because it's plain to see, because like I know how King feel as far as like how I want to be treated. Yeah, I mean, if you ain't treating me how I want to be treated, like you said, because you telling on yourself, cuz. Yeah, I mean, the word like.
Remember I was giving food stamps? Mm-hmm. Because he would feed everybody else but me.
Right.
Well, my food stamps. You remember she kicked me out? She come out around on food stamp day. Oh yeah, we're going. Then I don't get no plate. I mean, you spend all my food and I ain't get no plate. And this is not how you supposed to treat your king and husband. You can't be going around talking about, yeah, you married or you somebody's wife, but you don't know how to be one. This is why I said she don't know how to be one.
You say, can't treat your king like that, man.
You spend all his food stamps, he don't get a plate. You kick him out, you spend all his food stamps. Mm-hmm. He don't get a plate.
That's like a king having a nation, cousin. The king just giving all his shit away to everybody else, and then, like you said, the king just sitting at home because he ain't eating tonight. But the king making sure everybody else in the nation done ate.
Now why should I ever go back?
Yeah.
And I'm not talking. What time you got?
You know.
I said what I said. It is what it is. We done here.